reshuffling. But now Albert Park is back at the heart of the F1 calendar, so welcome to sun-kissed Melbourne for the Australian Grand Prix. We go racing today then in the state of Victoria, where the drivers have 14 corners and 3.28 miles to navigate at an average lap speed of around 120 miles per hour. The close proximity of the barriers make accidents inevitable, and recent history shows us that a safety car is not at all out of the question. So with the race not far away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Mark Webber lines up on pole position, and Lando Norris lines up alongside. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Oscar Piastri, Sainz, Fernando Alonso, Verstappen, Leclerc, Stroll, Perez, Kelly, Albon, Russell, Gasly, Ocon, Hülkenberg, Sargent, Ricciardo, Joe, Hamilton, Bottas, Tsunoda, and Dennis Hauger. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track. And alongside me for the first time this season here in the commentary box, Naomi Schiff. Hello, Gnomes. Now, I'll be generous here. It's not that long ago that you were racing and entertaining us on a Sunday. But in the years since, the sport has changed quite a bit, hasn't it?
It is certainly an interesting time in this set of regulations because, as you know, when a new set of regulations come out, everything changes and you always wonder who's got it right. Well, we know that Red Bull are the ones who really got it right the last couple of years. But now you can see the rest of the grid slowly start to catch up, and there's really only so much left for Red Bull to get out of these regulations. So it is interesting, and the pack are catching up.
Here we go then, the formation lap is underway here in Australia. The atmosphere around the circuit is electric, and the crowd are hoping for an exciting race from the drivers today. So as all the cars reform the grids, the drivers will be hoping to get a strong start. They'll want to earn some valuable points from today's race, with final communications being done with their race engineers, ensuring the planned strategies are all in place.
If you're visiting Melbourne for the first time this week.
DRS will be enabled this lap. You can use it when you're within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone. Look out for a bit of understeer when trailing the car ahead. They're going to be giving off dirty air, which is going to affect our tyres, so try to get past. The track is clear, green flag. No need to worry about the tyre condition for now, everything's looking good. Yellow flag. Someone's come off ahead of you, there's a yellow flag ahead. Okay, good work. Great pass. That's 8th place, you're in 8th place. Verstappen's ahead of you. They're on fresh mediums. Perez is behind you. They're on fresh mediums. Okay, so gap to the leader, 6.4 seconds. Approaching the pit window now, and you're going to be on hards next time. Right, a gap to the teammate ahead of us, 5.6 seconds. Confirmed, we'll receive you at the end of this lap. Okay, mate, that's it. Go, go, go. Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound. We're last of the running cars right now. Bottas ahead. They're on old mediums. Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound. Okay, 12 laps to go. car ahead of you's just fitted the hard tyres. Car ahead now on the hard compound. Okay, gap ahead, 4.3 seconds. Mark is in the pit lane. Mark in the pits now. Battery charge is high, let's use that overtake button a bit more. Nice move, good job. Pace is strong, but be aware these tyres need to go the distance. Okay, gap to the car in front, 2.5 seconds. Okay, gap to the car ahead, 3.2 seconds. Continue to cut corners, the stewards are going to give you a penalty, be careful. 9.0 seconds. Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by. 5.6 seconds. Final lap, push, push. And that's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Fermé.
And it's the checkered flag for your Grand Prix race winner, Oscar Piastri.
And I just absolutely love the scenes of that in lap today. You could see how much this meant to the crowd, and you know that for the driver that's going to mean so much. You look up to the crowd and you know that the majority of them there are there for you today. So it was a great day to make it count.
And look at that, they're making their way out onto the podium now. Great race from the McLaren team, and I'm very happy to see them there on that top step of the podium. Well, what an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.